In our previous class, we were able to learn about the law of multiplication and that of division. So we want to move further today to combine this law to the elementary aspect of indices. So when we talk about indices, this is a way of simplifying expressions that involve pairs. The word indices is the plural of index, which I said previously implies pair. So here we have x squared times x cubed. X squared is same thing as x to the power of 2 times x cubed, which is x to the power of 3. And we said that since each of them, we don't have any sign preceding them, that means each of them is positive. The same thing as plus x squared times plus x cubed. If you want to simplify this, anytime you have the same letter multiplying, it is simply you add up their power. It will be x to the power of 2 plus 3. So anytime they now ask you x squared times x cubed, you just say x to the power of 5. X to the power of 5. Then the second one, minus x times plus y. You know that minus times plus, according to our previous class, is minus, and x times y, when two different letters multiply, then just put them together. You call it xy, or you say yx. So number 3, we have minus 2x times minus 3x. First of all, you know if x multiplies x, this one is power of 1, this one is power of 1, it will be x to the power of 1 plus 1. You add the two powers together. So it would have given you x to the power of 2. But in this case, each of the terms has a coefficient. This one, the coefficient here is minus 2, while the coefficient here is minus 3. So we first take care of the coefficient. Minus 2 times minus 3, that is plus 6. Plus 6. And x times x is x squared. Because you had the power of 1 here and the power of 1 here together to get power of 2. Number 4. We have 8x squared times minus 3x. Similarly, plus 8 times minus 3, you know, plus times minus is minus, 8 times 3 is 24, and x squared times x to the power of 1 is x to the power of 2 plus 1. That is x to the power of 3, or x cubed. That's, the answer will now be minus 24x cubed. Then number 5, minus 5y times minus 3. Minus 5 times minus 3 already is plus 15. So that letter will just be there together. Put them together. Just this case of when you say p times q will simply be pq. So the same thing, this one, 4p times 1, that is plus 4p times plus 1. Plus times plus is plus, 4 times 1 is 4, then p will be there, that is plus 4p. And lastly, for this one, 0 times minus 8n. I told us previously that 0 is a neutral number. It is neither a positive number nor a negative number. In this case, another thing is that we need to remember that whatever multiplies 0, the result will still be 0. 0 times anything will still give 0. Therefore, there's nothing like maybe you say plus times minus here because you are multiplying 0. So the answer is simply 0. And number 8, you have 0 divided by any number in mathematics. When 0 is numerator, no matter what number or expression you have on the denominator, so the result will be 0. Therefore, 0 over 100 is 0. 0 over minus 5 is 0. Unlike the case in number 9, if you have 7 divided by 0, If one zero occupies down the denominator position here, anything you have up does not matter again. Here, we call this one undefined. What do I mean by that? It means that mathematically, it does not make sense. It does not make any sense. We say undefined. So in some calculator, if you say 7 divided by 0, for example, you say 10 divided by 0, because you put 0 at denominator, it will tell you mathematical error. This implies that this does not make sense, doesn't give us any reasonable value in mathematics. Then number 10. Number 10 says 5HD times minus 4HD. The same way we have treated others. So plus 5 times minus 4 will give you minus 20. Plus times minus is minus, 4 times 5 is 20. You now don't forget, we have h here that will multiply another h here. That is h to the power of 1 times h to the power of 1. And I told us, when you are multiplying the same letter, so the law of indices provide that you add the power. So it will be h squared, because power of 1 here will add to the power of 1 here. Anytime we have power of 1 on letter, we choose not to write it. The same thing, instead of you to say 1x, you simply say x. So the power here is 1 too, so you don't need to write the power. Coefficient of 1 will be left invisible. The same thing, power of x, if it is 1, will be left invisible. So the same thing, let us look at the d part. D to the power of 1 will multiply d to the power of 2. It will be d to the power of 1 plus 2, which is d to the power of 3. I need to clear this to be able to scroll up. Okay, and lastly, for tonight, we want to see the same. I told us previously that the laws that govern multiplication of sign is similar to that of division. So if you have here, for example, if you have plus 10 divided by plus 2, plus divided by plus is still plus. 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. So, you know, when you multiply the same letter, you add power. The law of indices provides that when you are dividing the same letter, you subtract power. So this one now, c to the power of 5 divided by c to the power of 4. C to the power of 5 divided by c to the power of 4 will give us c to the power of 5 minus 4. So the answer will now be c to the power of 1, which is same thing as c. So the result will be 5c. So, and our elementary indices class will end here. Let me quickly give the following as exercise. Simplify number 1 minus y to the power of 7 times y to the power of 6 minus 3m times minus 10 m to the power of 3. Minus 30 x to the power of 2 divided by 6 x to the power of 4. Thank you.